minutes in hell. 7 minutes in hell. 7 minutes in hell.
Hello, and welcome to our podcast, 7 Minutes in Hell. I am one of your co-hosts, Camry Bishop.
Hi, I'm the other co-host, Joe Barlow. I just had to stifle a cough as soon as we started recording. I didn't want to say stop because we're in the presence of greatness, Camry.
I agree.
He's right next to you. He's looking around. But it's Jeff Jenkins. Hey, Jeff.
Woo,
Welcome
what's up,
to the
y'all?
show.
I'm glad to be here.
Gosh.
Glad to have you.
Jeff is a bona fide television, I guess streaming too. I mean, he's everywhere. He's international. He's national. He's all over the place.
Come on.
He's got a Nat Geo show, Never Say Never. In case I forget, I'm going to just look at his chest.
Yeah, that's it.
It's on a shirt for
He's-
the listeners.
Oh, yeah, I'm not just looking at his chest. Although, what's wrong if I did?
Okay.
Come on.
Well, we're not going to waste Jeff's time now, are we, Joe?
I don't want to waste Jeff's time, but we should say, because I interrupted, the description of this show is, Jeff, we have 3 topics
Okay.
and 7 minutes per topic, and we're sticklers. We're going to cut you off if you're going longer than 7 minutes.
7 minutes means 7 minutes, not 7:02.
Mm.
Yeah.
Not
Yes.
7:0001.2. Anyway.
Keep saying numbers.
I'm a stickler for time. So you're
7.
Oh,
fine. Like,
okay, good.
Perfect.
This isn't Nat Geo where it's going to be edited. You know what I mean? This is unedited, raw. I can say
Unfiltered.
bad words, all the bad words you can think of. I can say, yeah.
What? I like this.
All of
Okay.
them.
Once again, me cutting Joe off because I don't know where this is going.
Camry's going to save me today.
So, won't be the first time. Let's start with my topic, and it's, as we've said, it's very topical. Something recently happened. Jeff, have you heard about Diarrhea Plane?
Oh, no.
Talk to me.
He looked confused, so I'm excited.
So, okay, let's start that clock. So, Diarrhea Plane is something that just recently happened on a Delta Airlines flight. A passenger who they won't even name they won't give their pronouns at all. So, I don't know, man or woman, they won't say. Their identity is locked down. They got some tummy rumbles on a plane,
Uh-oh.
got up, was running to the bathroom, didn't make it, and the plane had to make an emergency landing, like turn around, go back to Atlanta where they took off. They were headed to Barcelona, go back. On the way there, though, there is diarrhea in the aisles. They tried to like spray it with vanilla scent to
Oh,
cover
no.
it. And so people said it was just like,
Vanilla
diarrhea.
shit, yeah.
so
That's
Wow.
the word. Vanilla's not a good masking.
Yeah,
word.
No, it doesn't
I didn't-
mask,
I'm
it
very
mingles.
confused. Yes.
Yeah.
it
Oh,
mingles with.
Yeah. Man, descriptive words.
you.
here. I like
And
that.
yeah, don't mix like a food smell with
With
like,
poop.
I would take floral. I would take like fresh laundry.
Yeah.
Not vanilla.
Oh my gosh.
Anything.
Oh my
That
gosh.
guy needs fresh laundry.
Hey, listen, laundry and
I
shit
know.
go together in my household. You know
We
what I
know.
mean? Huh?
So
We
this
know.
just recently happened.
Cameron and
it's
I have
just
a
really
dynamic you should know, Jeff,
Hey, I love
where
that.
we fight. you
We
know?
fight. That's our
We-
dynamic.
We talk about my
pick on
dirty-
each other.
Yeah.
Mostly me to him.
Mhm.
So that's Diarrhea Plane.
So yeah, your first reaction. This is the first time you're hearing of this.
Yeah, about that. Unfortunately, I know this isn't the first time it's happened.
Oh.
I definitely know there's people who've stood up and tried to use the restroom when they were like stuck on the tarmac. And one lady, I remember, she just squatted in front of the cockpit
Wait,
because they wouldn't let her use the restroom.
you saw this?
No.
Oh,
I've
you've
seen it
heard
on
about
video.
this.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
on video.
I've seen it on video. I did, and I've heard stories about like people throwing up. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, shitting right there on the plane. That's,
Also, it's one thing.
that's the different one.
Like if you, and pardon my French, shit your pants.
Mhm.
That's okay to a certain degree because you can clean that up. It's not as wet as
For
say
sure.
a diarrhea.
And the fact that it-
You know
the
what I
fact that
mean?
it
Diarrhea.
rolled.
Thank you.
That's dripping, and that's why it's in the aisles. That's why it's a problem. It's not just that you shit your pants; it's you shit your pants with liquid shit.
Diarrhea.
You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure walking out and full of an auditorium full of people will probably be more or less embarrassing than the
I
grabbing on the
agree.
pain.
Yeah.
The
Like that to me is a
plane-
new level. It's unlocked a new level, uncomfortable like embarrassment that I can't even imagine.
Well,
You're
think-
literally trapped.
you have to now. You've walked down the aisle with shit coming out of you, and now you go back to your seat quietly. I'm sure the plane's got someone's spraying vanilla on the carpet, and then you have to go sit down and just wait for the plane. And the pilot's like,
This is the best part. So the pilot, I guess he. Oh, it was between the pilot and air traffic control. And the pilot said, it's just a biohazard issue. We had a passenger who had diarrhea all the way through the plane, so they want us to come back to Atlanta all the way through the plane.
So they were in the
How?
cheap seats at the back.
How?
They're like, you know what?
Why are we going to the front? Like, what's
Right?
up? Well, you know what? It was a bigger plane if they were going to Barcelona.
True.
Atlanta
True.
to Barcelona is definitely a bigger plane.
He's like running.
They might have wanted to be in the first class seats or something like that, or the first class laboratory because that one's probably bigger, depending on the flight. But yeah, I guess that's the only logic I have right now because I probably would have tackled this person. Like, what you running up here for? Like, what you got going?
The worst part to me is obviously everyone deplaned once they got back to Atlanta. 8 hours later, it's like 8 hours for them to get onto another flight. Same crew, same passengers, same passenger.
Diarrhea person's back.
Diarrhea person is back. Do you get on the plane with diarrhea person? Or if you are diarrhea person, do you get on the plane?
I mean, I hope this is in 8 hours you rectified your tummy.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like literally, I mean, but I wouldn't knock the person for it. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it was an inconvenience. And if I always just would put myself in that position, like if that was me, well, one, I personally probably wouldn't get back on that plane.
Yeah, I go.
That would have been in and out. I would have caught the next flight on another day because I would have acted like I was like deathly ill if this was to actually happen to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to play this thing up.
Yeah, I'm going to the hospital. I'm going to be like,
Yeah.
maybe check my vitals on this one.
Something's really wrong with this guy. Like, man, I'm gonna lay on the ground. I'm not gonna move. I'm just gonna like literally
He's like, I'm gonna convulse.
because I'm gonna make it be like, oh no, something's wrong with him. Like then I'll be okay. But
Yeah.
yeah, I hope nobody saw me like as much as possible. Put a cloth on.
I need a body bag. Take me off in a
Roll
body bag.
me out.
Oh man.
Pretend that I died.
If I'm getting on that plane as diarrhea person, I'm wearing a diaper. I am like headphones the entire time. Because you know
Sunglasses.
everyone's like whispering, like,
Mm.
does he look okay? Does he
Yeah.
sound grumbly? Yeah, what a horrible situation.
Yeah, I couldn't get on the same flight with everybody.
No.
Not with the same
No.
flight attendants because they talk.
They cleaned it up too.
Yeah.
They didn't have to clean it up. Nah,
Well,
they-
not
crew
not
came
clean it
over.
up, but they covered it
uh,
while they were still in the air and then sprayed it.
But you know,
with
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I would not. Like, I would do it. Like, I would clean it up. Like, if I had to, and especially in my head, it's like, how do I not inconvenience
Everyone
the rest
else.
of
Yeah.
everybody else? So, like, my duty and will kick in and to be like, I gotta clean this up. Like, I gotta make sure. If it's a big if, but if knowing that we're turning around and stuff like that, I'm gonna do my part in that moment. But like the thought of having to be delayed 8 hours, having to go back and then be delayed 8 hours would throw me off
True.
big time. Like I
True.
was like, I'd rather stomach this thing up and clean it up as much as I can
Yeah.
because that's a long flight.
Let's
That's
get
not
through
a short flight.
it.
Wow. Well, I guess in our final seconds, I just want to say, diarrhea person, please come on the show. We'd love to hear your side of things,
We stand
Yeah.
with you.
but not too
Not too
you.
close.
We're not gonna put it on the
Wow. We talked for 7 minutes about diarrhea.
I enjoyed it.
Successful. Perfect. Love it.
7 minutes.
Well,
Yeah, let me.
I was like, just wait for what we have next.
Oh.
I'm
We'll
looking-
be right back.
7 Minutes in Hell is proudly brought to you by TheCHIVE.
Feeling bland, boring, and uninspired? Want an easy way to lift your spirits and make life worth living?
TheCHIVE has the perfect thing to soothe what ails you. Chive Teas. Chive Teas are like a hug from an old friend on a crisp autumn eve.
Or a tall iced tea on a hot summer's day?
Wear a Chive tee out and about and get ready for the compliments. So many compliments you'll feel like my smile, loved by all.
So don't settle for bland and boring when you can be bold and beautiful. Shop the store at thechivery.com and shine on like Joe's Grill.
Welcome back. We are here with Jeff. He stayed, surprisingly, after 7 minutes of diarrhea.
Come on.
Well, Jeff, strap in because I guess there's a theme to today's show. And that is a wise man once said, everyone likes their own brand. And they were, of course, talking about fart smell. And I did some research and I found that there might be some science behind why we all love, and I'll speak for everyone, we all love our own fart smell. Start the clock. Jeff, do you love your own fart smell?
I'm gonna let y'all answer first. I don't know.
I don't love it.
I
I'm
don't.
gonna say love it. Nah.
There are also, I mean, to get real personal immediately, there are degrees to my sense. Some are more powerful than others. Some I'm like, oh, that sounds like that, or that smells like
something you ate.
No, it smells like a person I know. Like it reminds me. Like I'm like, I think.
Never heard that before.
Okay, I have one.
Sorry.
I have one specific friend growing up, and he would fart, and I was like, that's this guy's fart. And then sometimes I'll do it now, and I'll be like, that kind of smells like my old friends.
Did you absorb him? Like, what?
I don't know.
Like,
Maybe
we're talking about like that smells like Steven.
yes. That's literally how it is. So sometimes I get confused. I'm like, is he
with
here?
me right now?
And he farted right when I farted.
Huh.
Well, let's get into the science.
Yeah.
So first of all, the world's population of humans expels 70 billion butt burps a day.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And I quoted that from that website. Why would they say that? That averages out to be
6 point something.
10 toots
Oh,
per person a day.
Oh.
So
And we had like,
Right.
never mind. The
I-
math is off.
I probably,
7 billion, but
I don't feel like you
But yeah,
probably
10.
don't think about it very, like I feel like 10 seems like a lot, but then I'm like, I'm
Like,
probably
I
not
don't- not
crazy.
counting.
I just watched something on this like 2 days ago.
about what did
Like
it say?
farts.
Yeah.
And it was saying that they
can't
people
escape.
fart like 7 to 8 times or 10 times a day.
Oh my gosh.
So-
are we,
Like, never
are we
did
gonna
that.
start counting now?
Never did.
Scientists confirmed in a blind smell test
Oh.
that we actually do like the smell of our own.
Mm.
And so there's a few reasons why. The main reason is that we're used to it. It's the devil we know. So sure, it stinks,
Mm.
but you're like, that's my brand. And, maybe you don't like it the first few times as a child,
Yeah.
but then you go, you know what?
Mm.
That's good.
That's interesting because okay. Now I'm thinking to myself, I like how deep we're going. I really like this. So in my head right now, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, is there shame and embarrassment tied to most of our farts?
Mm.
Like when we fart. First of all, I can't even imagine. Never mind. I remember y'all had a podcast. Never mind. I'm not gonna. Yeah, no. There was a podcast guest y'all had on there, Danny. I can't even imagine her passing gas. Like it's
Oh,
crazy. Like
Yeah.
it just throws me off, right?
True.
Mhm.
But like, and I even think about like ladies, they won't like pass gas in front of their like significant,
Yeah.
not even somebody they're dating right off
Mhm.
bat. So I feel like there's just this embarrassment thing
Yeah.
going on here. Because for the most part, you might even because I've even seen it where people like pass gas and be like, ooh, like, ooh, what did I eat? It doesn't like bother you. It's just a thing. But it was like when somebody else smells it, is it when that's when the embarrassment and shame happens?
Right.
Like maybe we've conditioned ourselves to think like, oh, it's something bad when others are around.
Wow.
But even when it's to ourselves, are we actually not bad with it? It's just because it
This
can
is-
stink.
I
It's
mean,
us.
this is amazing that you've provided a new theory
Mm.
that I
That's
think
true.
should be studied because it is, maybe it is the psychological things. So, okay. So the quote here is, the more familiar you are with something, whether it be a song, picture, or even a smell, the more likely you are to prefer it. Okay. So familiarity is one thing. The
Wait,
other,
time out. Are all of our farts smelling the same every time?
let's crank them
That's
off. Camry, you start.
okay.
Crank off a fart right now and we'll tell you what it smells like.
You're such a freak.
Wait, this is for science. This is for science.
all
Jeff,
part
back me
of
up on this.
Joe's like weird fetish content.
It's in my notes. It's like, get Camry to
Give
fart.
me one of those farts.
We all have one
I
queued up.
hate it.
Let's take turns. Okay, so there's another thing about bacteria. The bacteria inside of us makes the smell unique to each person. So when you smell someone else's, your brain thinks that's bad bacteria. That's trying to harm me. That's your bacteria. So I have to be afraid. And farts.
Afraid?
Yes, I'm afraid of your whatever's happening there.
I
So-
like that one.
And then apparently this, I didn't dig too deep, but this also said that farts can spread disease. And specifically, it mentioned tonsillitis,
Ew.
scarlet fever, heart disease, and flesh-eating disease. So again, I should have done a deeper dive on this.
What?
But this one article I read referenced specifically these conditions, but not pink eye. So that doesn't make
But
sense. to me.
scarlet
Wait.
fever, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Wait, time out. But pink eye, like,
I thought that was definitely from farts.
no, I think other people do other stuff to get the pink eye.
I think my thing is, if you're down there eating,
Oh
Yep,
my
doing stuff.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if someone farted in your eye,
you would think
Seems like that
something
might-
would
Yeah,
travel.
fecal matter, something's coming.
Right.
Exactly.
Something's good. But you know, I watched something, and that's what I watched. It was like the not geothermal, what is it? Thermal
Hmm.
vision.
Oh yeah.
And it showed, like, it just had the camera on like all these people in a public place, and you could just see the farts
Everyone.
just going off.
Crop
like,
dusting.
yeah,
I was like, wow.
wow.
Oh,
Just-
that's
Now that is, we should do that in our office because I would love to know.
put it on you.
Okay, so final 35. So, this might reference what you were saying, Jeff, because it says surprise plays a factor because when I fart and then I smell it, I'm prepared to smell something. So I'm almost like
Oh, I
I'm
like
getting ready to experience a stinky smell. But when Camry farts, for instance, I'm shocked because it came out of nowhere, and I'm like, that smells like eggs, Camry. What did you eat, Camry? You know what I
Why
mean?
are you doing this
But
to
even-
me?
Well, I'm just saying as an example.
Even as humans, we're prone to not, if it's stinky is bad.
Stinky is bad. Words to live by. Stinky is bad.
You see, I tried to sneak it in.
No, you got
It's stinky is
It's
bad.
bad.
Yeah, you know how to end
It's
the
bad. It's
segment.
bad.
All right. Well, Jeff, please maybe help us with your topic. Get
man.
off of this
Mm.
area
road we're on
of discussion.
I feel like mine is less provocative as y'all's.
No, yours. I
Oh.
think I need a break. I'm embarrassed for me going through this list of fart research I've done all day.
Hey, I love it. I love
7 minutes of diarrhea, 7 minutes of fart.
Yeah, so-
now.
So going since we were travel theme earlier,
Mhm.
I'll go down that lane. This thing has been like grinding my gears recently. A lot of people like to be like, "Oh, I want to get off the beaten path," or I want to travel like the locals. And we should start that timer. 'cause I
Oh,
have
here we go.
something to say about it.
Okay. So you're saying people say, like,
When
if I'm traveling, I'm like, I want to go do what the normal people in that town do.
and I don't want to do the touristy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so it makes me think to myself, well, first of all, I want to do all the touristy stuff. I want to go to the city and do what the city has to offer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to do the normal people stuff. Like, y'all got cousins and friends back at home and family members back at home. They're boring.
Yeah.
A lot of times they're just at the house. They're doing the same exact thing every single day. And I feel like in some ways, it's like, I don't know, like you almost making these people into like spectacles in some ways. Like, oh, look at how they watch TV. Most
like-
people are doing the same exact stuff we're doing.
People
And there's-
do ask me sometimes, they're like, oh, I'm coming to Austin. Like, what do you do? And I go, well, I go to the P. Terry's drive-thru and I get a cheeseburger.
Come
like
on.
that's the honest answer. Is the locals
Yeah.
are
It
doing
really
like
is.
where it's convenient because it's
Normal
near my
stuff.
house.
Yeah.
It's not the best in the city.
Mhm.
I agree. I think I like the idea of, and certain cities you go to them and you're like, I want to see what's very unique to your city,
Yes.
the best. And then I want to feel like, oh, I can't believe I missed going to the Eiffel Tower
Come on.
in
See,
Paris.
and most tourists or most locals will be like, I haven't been to the Eiffel Tower
Right.
in 30 years. Like, what are we talking about? Like,
Yeah.
I haven't been over there.
like-
I don't go to that side of town at all. Like,
Mhm.
nah, like I think, and I think where it comes from is I do work with a lot of tourism boards. They invite me out to explore their cities. And a lot of times, a lot of the locals are trying to show me what they're trying to show me, like all the cool things that are going on in the city. So there's curated things for people that are visiting a place, what they should go visit. And so I think, to me, it's a load of baloney why a lot of people want to be like the locals.
I
Especially
agree.
if you're going to the city maybe once.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be like, oh, I ate at this great local pizza store
Mhm,
that no one
mhm.
knows about. And they're like, oh yeah, do you like the Eiffel Tower though? And you're like,
I was like,
well, I went to the
I didn't
pizza
see
place.
Pizza
that.
place, yeah, like,
the
I
Eiffel
have-
Tower.
and I think to myself, like what if like this is how I travel. I do like getting off the beaten path sometimes, but I'm a people person, so I like people. I like being where the crowd's at. I like being where the happening thing is at. But I also just like realized that shoot, I lost my train of thought.
That's okay. Cameron,
Yeah.
pick it up.
yeah,
Like,
you
so
got
what
it.
you were
Go,
saying
go, go.
was-
Like, what do you think about it, Cam?
I
Yeah.
definitely, in all my travels, I go to those things or I go to those places and I want to do the things that are like, I see, like I'm scrolling through Instagram, like, oh my gosh, that's cool. I'm going to go there to go to that. Like, I'm not going to Paris to, I don't know, go swimming. I'm going to see the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm going to see Notre Dame. I'm going, that is, and yeah, people, I feel like they think like, oh, that's just boring. That's regular. I want to be different. It's because they want to be different. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
And the thing is, they don't do the local stuff anyway.
Mhm.
And when they do go do the local stuff, they got to spend hours out of their time because no airport is going to that
True.
area.
Right.
Like they're spending more time with themselves than they are enjoying the countryside,
Right.
like, or something like that. That's what I was gonna say. I was saying that, like, the one thing that I always, any city destination I go to, like, if I go to this place, what are the things that I must do
Mhm.
to say that I've been to this place?
Yeah.
If some local was to be like somebody was saying, like, here in Austin, like, oh man, you didn't go to Terry Black's or Franklin's or somewhere. You didn't go down to the school just to see it. I don't know, like murals.
Right.
Catch the murals. Went to a live show on 6th Street. If you didn't go to that, did you really come to
You
Austin?
come- yeah.
Mhm.
And so that's what I care for in any destination I go to. And it doesn't have to be a local spot.
Yeah.
There are also different types of vacations. Like, why are you going on vacation? Like, the
That
reason
part
I
too.
go to Paris versus the reason I go to a resort, you know, like, I don't need to see anything at a resort
Come
other
on.
than
Mhm.
like the
Come
beach and the bar. You know what I'm saying,
on,
guys?
come on.
Jeff, you and I, we could
Hey,
be travel
I'm-
buddies.
We really could.
I'd love
I'm trying
to.
to get on the sandals tip right now, man.
Okay, Nat Geo spin-off. All right, let's do it.
We just visit all the sandals.
All the sandals locations.
I don't know about this one. This one, they had a lazy river. This one just has a jacuzzi.
I love. I've never been to one Sandals.
Same.
I've never
Me
been
either.
on a Carnival cruise. Well, Cameron, you can come.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, as long as you don't have diarrhea on the plane.
That works.
I can't make any promises, Joe. Come on now.
Now that's a Samuel L. Jackson movie.
Diarrhea on a plane. I'm
All
tired of this.
diarrhea.
I'm sick and tired of this
Got
mother. Guys, well, we're not really allowed to go back to topics, but that did
That was
tie
great.
in.
That was
perfect.
great.
I
That
loved
tied
it.
in.
I loved it.
I'm glad we all agree because I get now. I think there's an interesting thing too, where it's like someone posts on Instagram, and there's certain places that are popular only because the Instagram photos look really
Mhm.
cool
I
there.
give you that now.
Yeah. So I'm
Mhm.
like, that's even a different genre where you're like, I got to go to the Eiffel Tower. I'm gonna take a hot Insta pic
Yeah.
at the base of the Eiffel
Yeah.
Tower.
Yeah.
But yeah, now there's like these naturey places that used to be cool because it was off the beaten path.
Right.
But now it's on the
everybody's
path.
going.
'Cause
Yeah, now it's on the
everyone's-
path.
Yeah.
But I just don't like people pressuring people
Right.
to have
Yeah.
to be like, oh, you're lame for doing all the touristy stuff. No, this is how people make their money. Actually, the locals work at these different places
Right,
that are in
exactly.
the touristy areas. Like this is how they make their income. And so I feel like I'm not saying that you can't do it. And once again, like you said, if this is what you went on vacation for, then by all means. But don't pressure other people to be like, oh no, you're lame if you don't go and do the touristy stuff.
People call them like tourist traps, but I'm like, I mean,
Trap
they're
me.
popular. Yeah, I'm kind of like,
Trap me,
it's
mommy.
popular for
Right?
Oh my
Trap me,
God.
mommy.
It's
No,
popular
for real. I
for a
wanna
reason.
spend that money. Spend
Exactly.
it. I got the money. That's why we here.
Jeff, I want your quick opinion
Go
in the final 18 seconds, because one thing I love to do if I go to a city, I kind of like, and this gets a lot of flack too, is riding the bus tour. I love taking a bus
Me
tour
too.
because then I go
Let
back
me on
and
it
it's
every
awesome.
time.
Okay, hell yeah.
Every
We're all
time.
going on a
That's
bus
sightseeing
tour.
tour. Let's do it. 7 minutes in hell.
Yes. Man, Jeff has the
Oh,
right
nice.
energy for this.
Very
show.
much so.
You know, he's upbeat. He's got something to say about everything. He's passionate, and he's a traveler, and
I
he's
think
never
it's the White Claws.
White Claw makes me do some fun stuff. Jeff, let's give you an opportunity now to plug yourself, plug the show, plug anything you'd like.
Okay. Yeah, man. My show, Never Say Never, with Jeff Jenkins, is a adventure travel show where I'm traveling around the world doing all these like epic adventures, stepping outside of my comfort zone. The whole purpose of it is life begins where your comfort zone ends. So I'm really pushing the boundaries.
It's a beautiful, beautiful show. Nat Geo, I mean, so you know it's good.
Yeah.
You've gotten to know Jeff's personality from this podcast. So combine the two. It's like, that's the thing.
It works.
Yeah.
And you can find it right now on Disney Plus, Hulu. Just found out you can find it on Nat Geo.
Free with
and
ads.
you
You
can
just
stream
watch
it.
some
Yeah.
ads. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
good.
it's streaming. Every episode is on there for the whole season. And you can follow me at Chubby Diaries on all my social.
Social. And London, get ready, because international, it's going to start airing in other places.
It's
and-
starting now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's already in like Australia, New Zealand.
Ooh,
and
fun.
it's starting to roll out to Asia and then to Europe.
Let's get Jeff a season 2
Come on,
featuring Joe and Camry
Going to
on a
Sandals
bus.
Resort.
farting with diarrhea. One of us farts, one of us has diarrhea. The other is just the likable
work.
host.
It'll work.
And
You
then-
know, I feel like we should do a 7 minutes in hell in just like Costa Rica or something.
Okay.
Just do that.
Now let's talk to
Like,
Nat Geo.
you see?
Let's make this happen,
work. Come
people.
on.
Oh, well, Jeff, we appreciate you. We'd love to have you back, and good luck with everything. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Huge congrats.
Appreciate
Thank you
you.
so much for coming on.
This
and
actually
talking
is
to us.
maybe one of my favorite podcasts ever been on.
Whoa. Oh,
Not
that's
making
so
that
good.
up.
Oh,
I promise.
All right.
snap.
I promise.
Camry, let's end with a big fart from you.
Stop.
What? Let it just put the mic.
Just
Leave me alone.
Okay. We'll see you next time.
At
From-
Sandals Resort.
I was going to say from hell, but
Oh, no. You won't see me
Sandals.
there.
We love
we'll
Sandals.
7 minutes in
7 minutes and that's it.
sandals.
Yeah.
All right. Good night. Goodbye. That was fun.